We should definitely make sure we get to this Bill O'Reilly and Rick Santorum sound.
Oh yeah. All right, let's play this now. I mean, this is stunning. I mean, Bill O'Reilly. We're watching the right now dealing with Mandela's legacy, and it is amazing how these guys trip all over themselves to seem even-handed and fair, and still either say something astonishingly stupid or astonishingly mendacious. And fortunately for you, we have both in one clip. Here is Bill O'Reilly bringing the mendacity and Rick Santorum bringing the stupidity. Here it is.
And let me give you an example. Ideology has to really leave the building next year and in 2016, or you're going to have President Hillary Clinton. Nelson Mandela just died. I don't know whether you're aware, but 95 years old. Yeah. Nelson Mandela, I spent some time in South Africa. He was a communist, this man. Yeah. He was a communist, all right? But he was a great man. What he did for his people was stunning.
Pause it. Now, I don't want to. I'm sure Bill O'Reilly has spent some time in South Africa, at maybe even at a nice resort. Apparently there they didn't have any books or newspapers or internet where he could look up and realize that Nelson Mandela was not only not a communist, early on in his career, he was quite adamant about keeping the communists out of any coalition, as well as Indians. In his struggle. But even when he was the head of the ANC, he was not a communist. But continue.
Sacrifices that he made. He could have repudiated it and got out of that prison. He wouldn't do it. He was a great man, but he was a communist. But I would never attack Nelson Mandela. I mean, I told Bishop Tutu I disagree with you and with Mr. Mandela because Tutu's that way as well, but I respect you. So why can't you guys in the Republican Party bring that to the fore?
Well, Nelson Mandela...
Now, I'm not clear what that to the fore is, but I think what Bill O'Reilly is saying, I'm trying to reposition myself based upon the memo we got to make it sound like we're not an apparatus of the Republican Party. So what do you say? I'll let you have the last word, Rick Santorum.
Up against a great injustice and was willing to pay a huge price for that, and that's the reason he's mourned today, because of that struggle that he performed. But you're right. I mean, what he was advocating for was not necessarily the right answer, but he was fighting against some great injustice. And I would make the argument that, you know, we have a great injustice going on right now in this country with an ever-increasing size of government that is taking over and controlling people's lives, and Obamacare is front and center in that. And
there you have it, folks. Obamacare is like apartheid. Obamacare is like the repression, literal repression, of the majority of Americans. Americans under Obamacare, a vast majority of them, can't eat in the same restaurants, must live in slums, can't have access to the natural resources of their country, cannot have an equal vote, cannot have, I mean, that's what Obamacare is for Rick Santorum, because he's so stupid. Yeah, you want to do Mandela?
It was like in Santorum's mind, Mandela comes out and he's like, of all of the injustices in the world that could remind me of the struggle against apartheid, the delivery of health care through a private market mechanism, none could face the same level of injustice and tyranny that Americans face by having an inconvenient website so that they are covered in a catastrophic situation. You should fight this.
Now, I want to know, when's Rick Santorum gonna go into prison for 27 years to fight this. Unbelievable.
The names Santorum, Gingrich, and other heroes of the struggle against the slightly expanded Medicaid. You will go down in history along with Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, and other great comrades who have fought evil and justice. How demented are these people?
So demented.
It's so much better if they could just say Mandela was a communist. Screw him.
Oh,
I mean, like, my God.
right.